Camagwini, hello, hi, welcome, welcome. This is Gogo Kwakhanya, and I welcome you to your safe space. This is a healing space, and one in which you can learn a lot, discover yourself a lot, and just a lot of amazingness. So, guys, I think by now you would have noticed that I've been dressed in the same attire for these videos. Please understand that I took these videos on one day. Like, my mind has been racing, spirit has been communicating with me, and I believe that it's important to channel in when it's time. To channel in when spirit is completely present, when you are well within yourself, and I've been taking care of myself, so I'm able to present the best version of myself to you guys. So today's video is going to be one that is very close to my heart, and that is a video on what is in a name, right? So this video is about the importance and the significance, really, of the names in which we're given the moment we are born. So before I even delve into this topic, I'm going to try and give you some background knowledge that I have regarding that relates name giving and African spirituality. So back in what date? I'm not sure of the date exactly, but according to my understanding is that before my time, in African spirituality, names were a significant practice. There was a ceremony specifically for name giving once the baby had been born. So in the ceremony, the name given to the child would be a name in which people of the family would all come together and would say they want to manifest in this child, what they want to manifest for this child, and who they hope the child will be. So these names were chosen with so much thought, like so much intention was placed within a name, because that is who and what you are going to be, what you have to live up to. That is a manifestation of your essence, basically. So these names can be like, names, general names, that like beautiful names that bring abundance, light, like joy, and so forth. And as well as they could be names that are from your great grandmother. Like you get a name of your great grandmother, or in that family, the firstborn always gets the name of a certain person. And usually when that happens is because sometimes in those situations, people want to embody the nature, the character, personality, and everything that was of the person who lived before you, who lived before the baby was born. So this person's nature could have been someone who was calm, compassionate, loving, or someone who was business minded, someone who was a go-getter, someone who had aspirations in life, someone who is just, or someone who is always very lucky, lovable, and so forth. So in them giving you that person's name, they hope to manifest those characteristics to you as the baby. They hope to manifest them in your life, and hope that you too, by giving you this name, will embody those very same characteristics in which those were given to you. A name could also be what they hope for you, which is similar, please understand, what is similar to what I've previously said, in which what they want to manifest within you. What they hope for you is that, especially if the name is given by spirit, like abantwana bebedlozi obomoya, we are given spiritual names, and those names are hopes, manifestations. They are character builders. They are, this is who you are, you know. You need to get to a point that you embody those things, like you already are those things, you know. It's like they're speaking into existence these manifestations. So I think it's, and this video is very significant to me and my story. I'm going to talk about it now, but I just want to just raise the point that it's so important to be intentional. Be so intentional when giving a name, when giving your child a name, when giving a family, a new family member a name, because these names carry so much significance, so much power, so much, you know. If I had a name for what was, but yes, it is that. So let's discuss my story and why this is significant, why this video is very close to my heart. So this story dates back to the very moment I was born. This video is like a topic, like name giving, the importance of a name, as well as a story time all in one. So the day in which I was born, my parents had not even decided what to name me. They were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to figure out who is it, and excuse me. And they were just going back and forth with different names, different suggestions, but nothing seemed to stick. Nothing really spoke to them that much. And my mom, being the person that she is, like, you know, she wasn't going to take a name that didn't speak to her, you know. So during that same period, you know, my grandmother on my maternal side, my mother's side, hadn't been aware or hadn't been notified as yet that I had been born. So that morning, like in the wee hours of the morning, my grandmother got a dream, a very vivid one, a very intentional one, a very notifying one from my late grandfather. Mind you, my grandfather had passed on years before I was even born. You know, I don't know him physically speaking, but I have a very deep relationship with him spiritually because I know him from that side, you know, even before I discovered myself. So that morning when I was born, my grandmother got a visitation from my grandfather. That morning, my grandfather woke up my grandmother and was like, "Hey, wake up, wake up, the child has been born." My grandma's like, "Yeah, what child? You know, what is going on? Not what child is in, I don't know, my mom is pregnant." She didn't know that my mom is pregnant, but is in how? You know, how is that possible? It's still, you know, it's still quite early. But she's like, "Wake up, the child has been born." And then he's like, "Igama lomntana, the child's name is Elona." So my grandma is like, "Elona?" Like, first of all, my name is quite rare. It's very rare to bump into someone who has the same name as me. So when my grandmother heard that name, was like, "What does that even mean?" You know? And then my grandfather was like, "Elona Tembalam." And my grandma's like, "Oh, wow, that's such a nice name, you know." It's like, okay, you know. So, like, you know, the way he's talking to it, it's like, "Yay, listen, yeah, we have no time for you asking me questions in this dream. Like, you know, I'm here to tell you what I'm telling you. The child's name is Elona Tembalam, and that's it." You know, there's no piggy, so there's no arguing with me and saying whatever you want to say, but I just came to tell you that. So, and not so long after that, my father came knocking at my grandmother's door. And as he was knocking, he's like, "Okay, come, I'm here to fetch you. The child has been born. I need to take you to the hospital so you can see the child." During that time, they still have not decided what my name is. They have no clue. Nothing is sticking, nothing is resonating. So when my grandmother and my grandfather arrive at the hospital, they still trying to decide what's going on. My grandmother is like, hey, the child's name is Elona, you know? And everyone was like, Elona. You know, same expression that I think a lot of people still do get even today when I tell them my name. And, you know, they also were confused. Elona what? What does that mean? Because like I understand that in the Xhosa culture, names have almost follow like a sentence type of thing. So it's gonna be like Elona Tembalam, meaning my one and only hope. You know, you can't explain the name without completing the sentence, you know, or the phrase. You can't finish it. You can't just explain one part of it because it doesn't make sense in that way. You know, what are you manifesting within the child if you're just going to leave it just there? You know, so that's um that's how it is. So that's how I got my name. I received my name through a dream, through my late grandfather, in which I had not met, but I have a deep relationship with, spiritually speaking. So the reason why I'm telling you the story is very significant and touching to me because it's so beautiful how the name came to be. And it also tells you how important a name is, as well as how before we are even born on this earth, we are spirits. We are spirits. We are just growing into ourselves, into our spiritual selves as we grow older. You know, we are discovering ourselves all over again as we grow older. And as we grow older, we are going back to that very moment in which we were born, to that very person in which we were born to be. And it's such a beautiful thing. So, and it goes back to the quote that is, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So the spirit is present. The spirit is always there. The spirit was before this physical being in which you see on this earth. You know, so we are so deeply connected to our ancestors, to people who have passed on before us. We're so connected to spirit. We're so connected to God, the higher power, the universe. We're deeply connected, but it's so easy to lose track of that when trying to, by being on earth, because there's so many things happening on earth. The earth is really a cluttered space environment to be in, that's to a point where you get cold, the point where you discover yourself, you realize that you have to backtrack. It's like you're unlearning so many things during that process of discovery that you have learned from the day you're born to the day in which you're called. And that shows you that it's so important to try and always, if you're raising a child, try and raise them in an environment that allows them to discover themselves away from the clutter in which the earth has. And when I say away from the clutter, I don't mean isolate the child, isolate yourself in this environment. It's almost impossible because human interaction is needed. You know, survival is dependent on all this clutter that is happening, but being able to center yourself at the end of the day or at the beginning before you start your day is very imperative to maintain that spiritualness within you, that spirit that was long present before your physical form, your physical being was placed on this earth for a bigger and higher purpose. And when we're constantly aligning ourselves, when we're constantly centering ourselves, how can we be lost? Because we are constantly connecting not only to ourselves as this physical being, but we're connecting to spirit, we're connecting to God, we're connecting to the higher power, we're connecting to the universe, we're connecting to our purpose and what is it that we are here to do. And we can never lose track of that if we constantly sit down with ourselves and try and remember who we are, what we're here for, and what are we doing, where we're going. So please, if you're going to have a child, or if you do have a child, names are very important. Names are manifestations, names are wishes, names are powerful. You become your name, you live your name, you live by your name. It's everything. It is who you are. Your name is your power, you know. So I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. This mini story time that came with this video. And please like, comment, and turn on those notification bells for more videos. And guys, if you share the same sentiments, let me know. Or if you disagree as well, let me know, because I don't come on this platform to be the absolute body of knowledge, because I understand that as a human, me here today in this lifetime, I do not possess all the knowledge that is out there. I do not possess all the knowledge that has been present before me and that will be present after me, because knowledge is constantly evolving, growing. People are constantly adding on to the knowledge, you know, and it would be very egotistical of me to believe that I cannot be corrected. It would be very egotistical of me to believe that I know everything, because I guarantee I don't know everything. Not everyone or not anyone knows everything on this earth, but we are here to share knowledge. We are here to learn from each other. We are here to grow, to evolve, to heal, to create spaces like these, which are safe spaces, spaces of positivity, spaces of growth, abundance, prosperity. I speak these things to you guys. I speak these things into your lives so that we can be better people. Thank you. Thank you for hearing me out, and I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed creating it for you guys. Camagwini, bye. Love and light.